my neck. I'm gonna have to change my apron. My computer is not working very good. Yep. Okay. Hi everybody. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to, hi Tina, change my apron. This one's hurt my neck. I'll be right back. It's just right over here. Oh. That apron always hurts my neck, so this is like my favorite apron. It's more comfortable. Hi Ann. As everybody comes on, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. I got quite a bit. I mean, the video shouldn't be long because what I'm doing doesn't take as long as making a wreath. So, see, I've got 6 people watching right now. Okay, well, I guess I'll go on ahead and tell you what I'm doing. I am going to dirty paint this vase. And I think I've got everything I need set up. And then after I paint the vase, it has to sit for 2 days after you do this to let it cure. So, and then after that, you can buy some Rust-Oleum clear enamel spray and spray over it to seal it. So, but the one I did last night, this is the one I did last night. Let me get it. And I haven't sealed it yet, so I have to wait it and let it sit till tomorrow. See, I used pink and green, white, black, and what other color? I think it was that. I know that's not it. White, green, black, pink, and yellow. So that's what I did last night. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do on this video. And on the inside you can see, I don't know if you can see that with the light, how it looks on the inside. But I need to buy some Rust-Oleum clear gloss enamel spray to spray it, and it will look like that on the outside. So I'm letting this sit and cure another day. And that is called dirty pour. And I will explain what that is. Now, to prep the vase, I wipe it off with alcohol. And that's it. Dry it. So, let's see. Today, I'm going to use Snow White. I use Apple Barrel from Walmart because it's 2 for $1. And I add some water to it so that it'll flow because it's too thick if you don't add water to it. I add 4 parts paint and 1 part water. So I'm using the white. I want to do spring colors, so the spring green, pink eraser. This was the only pink they had when I went to Walmart the other day. So I had some pink here, but I didn't have enough of it. And then I'm going to use some jet black. And this is my own concoction. I have daffodil yellow, and I didn't have enough of it, and I had just a bit of white left in this one. So I put the daffodil yellow in this, And then I had some regular yellow, but it was too dark because I want the lighter yellow. So I added the regular yellow, and then white is in here, and then what I had left of the daffodil yellow, and some water, and I just shook it up real good. So that's what I'm using. And since these two I've already got water in them, I don't need to pour these in the cup. But the other ones I need to pour in a cup and measure the water per. And I bought these at the Dollar Tree. They're just to stir the paint. And I got my spoons at the Dollar Tree. That's in case I miss a spot so I could, you know, scoop that up and put it on the vase. And I got the paper plates at the Dollar Tree, which I need to get better plates next time because these aren't very sturdy. And on this, so it doesn't get on my bar, because if it got on my bar, my husband would kill me. Okay, and then my cups. So, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to use the lavender yet. I'm still thinking. I probably will, but... Okay, here's my pink. And... like I said, 4 parts paint and 1 part water. And that helps it flow. So I'm measuring it a tablespoon. So I'll put 4 tablespoons in this, which I know that won't be enough of the paint. And I'll have to rinse this off. Usually I eyeball it, but then I always end up putting more anyways. So, and then that just messes, it doesn't turn out exactly the way I wanted. Like the one I did last night, I mean, I like it, but that's not exactly the way I wanted it to turn out. So that's why I'm measuring it. And which is probably going to use this whole bottle anyways. And then I'll show you what I mean by a dirty pour. I think I like the dirty pour better than the clean pour. So that's 2. And the reason I chose these colors is because I bought some flowers from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to make a bouquet out of. And I want to put them in a vase, not have to see the green part, fake stem, and then they're pinks and yellows and a little bit of lavender. So I want the vase to kind of match the flowers. So I think that was 3. Was that 3? I lost count. I'm pretty sure that was 3. Was that 3, Skylar?
What?
Never mind if you're not watching. You don't know. Yeah, it's pretty much going to take the whole bottle. So I might as well just put all of it in there. And you want to make sure, even if you pour in too much, it's still better than not having enough, right? So, and after it all drains off the vase, you'll have some left in the plate. And if you have another vase that, you know, you can, without mixing it on the plate, you can pour it over another vase, or there's even, you can pour inside the vase, which I did, and I'll have to show you guys how to do that. I won't show you that in this video because, let's see, that's coming out too slow. I'm going to have to put some water. There's some water. Pour some in here so I can shake it up and get the rest of that paint out of there. Get it to flow faster. Got my napkin. Let's shake this up without getting it on everything. See, I need a paper towel. Earlier when I was mixing up my yellow with the white, and I was shaking it up, paint was going everywhere. And that was good. Hi, Melissa. Well, I'm glad you found me. Hi, Ann. Oh, you're saying hi to Melissa. All right, let's try to get this all out of here. And I can stir up that pink with the water. The paint is too thick to do it. See, I did that last week. I used paint without watering it down, and it dried before it got all over the bottom of the vase. So one good thing about this paint is where it's water-based, it's easy to wash off. So I went and I just washed the vase completely off so I could start over. And that's the vase that I showed you earlier. That was the second try on it. So I'm gonna need a smaller, there we go. Put me some more water in there. See if I'm getting all that. Yeah, I think I got all that pink. Okay, there's that one. Now I take my stick, stir it up. Now sometimes, oh, I hope I didn't put too much water in that. I may have, you guys. I lost count of how many tablespoons of paint I put in there. Oh, that looks like it's still good. I don't know if that's thick enough. But when I mess up some, I've mixed colors and made my own little color. Sometimes things turn out the way you want it, and sometimes they don't, right? I don't know if that's, I don't think that's gonna be thick enough. It's definitely gonna flow. Okay, there's the pink. Now, let's see, do the green. Might as well just put the whole bottle in there, because I know I'm gonna end up using it. Skylar, will you go see if I have another pink in my room on my shelf? Might need just a little dab more of pink. Put all this. The good thing about this is it's only 50 cents a bottle for this at Walmart. So, I mean, it's not a lot of money. So if I mess up. No. Are you sure you're looking on the shelf and I don't have any pink at all? I thought I had, pretty sure I thought I had a pink. Oh, no, it's right here in front of me. I'll have to add some more of the pink. It's a different shade of pink, but I'm not gonna add much, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. So, get all this paint over it. Put some water in this bottle and shake it up so I can get that, what's left of this out. Just enough to shake this up. All that out of there. So, but it's real easy to do. I mean, there are different ways you could paint vases, but this one is fun and easy. So, and I've painted them using the sponge and paintbrush. I put like 3 coats on one and then sealed it with Mod Podge, except it was matte and not gloss, so I didn't get that glossy look on it finished, but that's okay. Okay, I think I got all that green. I need a little bit more water in here. Let's stir this up and see. Hi, Melva. Put a little bit more water in there. And this stuff is real easy to wash off if you get it on anything, because it's water based, and that's why it's easy to mix up with water, using water. You can buy what's called, oh, it's called flow something, and add to your paint to help it flow easier. But why spend money for something like that? I mean, I'm sure it costs quite a bit when you could just use water, right? So, and this, I mean, this vase is for me, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And after I pour this, I'll show you guys a little jar that I painted on the inside, and it has set for like a week, and I haven't sealed it. So I'll show you how I seal that on the inside. But I'll have to do another video showing you guys how I do the inside of a vase or a jar. Melva, I'm doing okay today. How are you? Although we've got lousy weather today, it's like a mist rain outside and cold and looks all dreary. That's enough. So yeah, where's that pink? Oh wait, that's not the pink. Oh, well, oh, there it is. See, oh, this is the pink. Okay, this one was pink eraser, and this one's called honeysuckle pink. This is the one I wanted, but they didn't have any more at Walmart when I went, so I got the closest thing. I'm gonna put just a little bit in here so it won't change the color of the pink that much. But the pink and the yellows are the main colors that I want to see. So, and I'll show you, well, when I show you to do the dirty pour, I'll show you how to get the colors that you want to be more prominent and just have not as much of, like the black and white. I'm just putting it in to give it a little bit of a contrast, to cut up, you know, the colors, other colors. Just a little bit more. If I can get that to come out. But this is something I'm just learning, so I'm definitely not a pro at it. I can just show you what I know and give you some tips in case you know, if you want to try it. And the vase I got at the Dollar Tree for $1. So, I mean, they're nice vases. And you could turn them into whatever you want. Just buy you some paint. Even, I've got matte paint because I use it for other things that I don't want to be glossy. But they do have gloss paint at Walmart. They do have this in a gloss finish at Walmart. So, but still, if you did the gloss finish and then you put on the matte Mod Podge to seal it, it wouldn't be glossy. Now these two I've already mixed up with water. I don't know if I told you that. Okay, now I've got lavender, because I have a few flowers that have tints of lavender that have that color, so that's why I'm using lavender. Put this whole bottle in there, which it's not a full bottle because I used this last week on the one I messed up on, but it'll be enough. I don't want a lot of it. I just want a little bit. Like I said, the main colors I'm going for are the pink and yellow to go with my flowers. So how's everyone doing today? How's the weather where you are? I hope it's better than the weather here. I think our weather is supposed to turn into snow tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. I read on our meteorologist on the news said that March is supposed to come in like a lion. You know that saying, if it comes in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb. So I guess I'd rather get the worst over with. So that means, which I'm not superstition, but you know, it'd be great. Around April time, have pretty weather. Have pretty weather for Easter, hopefully. I don't know what day exactly Easter's on. Melissa, I'm in Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. Yep, I'm an Eastern Kentucky girl. Well, I was born in Michigan, and I lived in Michigan for the first 3 years of my life. But then my mom married a guy who lived here in Kentucky, and we moved here to Eastern Kentucky in the mountains. I grew up in the mountains, Appalachian part in Breathitt County. And then I just moved the county over from there is where I live now because my husband, he inherited property from his grandmother and he built a home here, so you know, we just stayed here. So this is our home. All right, that's the lavender. My sticks. Yeah, there isn't a lot of it, but it's enough to give me just a little touch. Oh my goodness, is it still snowing in Ohio, Kathy? Hi Nina, I'm glad you made it. Cold in Ohio and snow after 2 to 4 inches, wow. This weather's crazy, isn't it, you guys? I mean, has the weather been, it's like it's having a hissy fit or something, and it just, I don't know. Add a little bit of water in there to thin that out. Like I said, they say 4 parts paint and 1 part water, but I just eyeball it most of the time. Illinois, and it's cold. I'm ready for spring too. That's why I've been getting a lot of spring flowers and putting them around the house, trying to liven the mood up. Dreary weather. I kind of have like what you call seasonal depression or whatever, which I mean, it's not like really bad, but I can get down and and I have fibromyalgia, so that just makes me feel, when the weather's nasty, it makes me feel nasty. So I'm trying to bring spring into my home early before it gets here, so to keep my mood up. That's why, let's see, my daughter's bedroom, when she moved out, I turned it into a reading room. And I wanted to paint the walls something bright and sunny to get me through winter. And I'm not sure, I think it's sunshine yellow or some kind of yellow color. I painted the walls. And then I have light blues and light greens to go with the yellow. So whenever I go in there, which right now it's a mess because I've kind of turned it into my craft room and all my supplies and stuff are just like laying everywhere, and I really need to clean it so bad. I might do some of that today. It takes me forever to find something I'm looking for because I don't have it organized, and it would probably save me a lot of time if I organized it. So there's the white. How much water? Well, they usually say 4 parts paint and 1 part water, but I usually just eyeball it, Melissa. I mean, I stir it to see if I think it's too thick and if it needs a little bit more water. And I just add a little bit at a time because I don't want to put too much water and then not have paint to put in there to thicken it back up. Yeah, the weather's just so bad for us with the fibromyalgia. It's like it makes my body ache. In the spring, oh, I should hurry up and get here. But then who doesn't, right? See that. You can tell if you tilt it back and forth if it's going to flow, if you think it's going to flow easier. Okay. Now I've got my paint watered down. Now I'm going to use gloves. Well, I guess I don't need gloves right now. I usually don't use gloves and I get paint all over my hands, and that's hard on my fingers because they start to crack and peel and everything. I find that a lot of crafters, I don't know why, but a lot of crafters do have like fibromyalgia and things. I guess they find doing crafts and being creative can be more relaxing or kind of therapy, I don't know. But, okay, my black, and my yellow. Now I want to do, okay, a dirty pour. Let me move my computer out of the way. Dirty pour, how do you do it? The color you want to show up the most. I've never heard of that place, Kathy. But the color you want to show up the most, you pour in for first. And I want the pink to show up the most. So I'm not going to pour all of it in at one time. I'm going to layer these paints on top of each other. Okay? So now the next color that I want to be more prominent is the yellow. Let's see, I should wear the gloves. I get paint on me and it just dries out my hands. Now the next color I want is to be the yellow. Shake this up some. So I'm going to put yellow on top of the pink. And I'm just going to keep mixing these up. You don't stir the paint, okay? You don't want them to get stirred up. So now I want the green. Put some green in there. And you really want to use more than enough, because this has to make its way from the top of the vase all the way down. And if you don't have enough, it can dry out. So now I'll put some lavender, putting the bright colors first because those are the ones I really want to show up. And then I'm just adding the black and the white to cut it up some. So just a little bit of lavender. And then I'll go back and I'll add another layer of these paints. Did I already put the yellow? Yeah, I already put the yellow. You guys, I get lost. I have a bad memory sometimes. Okay, put some white. Just a little bit. And then some black. And then I'll go back over and put the paints in again. Now, you don't want to stir the paint. So some more pink, or wait a minute, here's my pink. You can do however many layers you want. So I really want the pink. But what you do is you take this cup and you pour it around, like you'll see you pour it over the top of the vase. And the reason you want the prominent color that you want on the bottom of the cup is because it will be the last to come over all the other colors, if that makes sense. I am showing you guys how to do a dirty pour on a vase to paint it. Okay, so that was yellow, pink. Now do my yellow. Now you don't, again, don't stir it. And then green. And I'm getting paint all over my hands. I should wear my gloves. I just hate wearing gloves because they stick to my fingers. And I will pour the rest of this. I'll do the layers one more time. All my fingers are sticking together. Yep. After the green, was it the lavender? I don't know. Oh well. It'll be okay. It'll all turn out right. I might just put all the lavender here and then that's a lot of lavender. Yeah, definitely gonna have enough paint. My husband will kill me if I get this on our bar. And did I want the white? I probably should have put something down. But I can just wash it off. That's one good thing about this paint. It washes off real easy with soap and water. Black. I don't want a lot of black. Just a little bit. Okay. I've got all the lavender. I've used all the lavender. Do some more pink. This will be the last layer of paint that I'm doing. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm not stirring the paint up. Let's see. Put these cups inside of each other. There's a little more in there. It's not gonna come out. Okay, that's all of those two. Now, some more yellow. I mean, you can kind of swirl it, the paint, as you put it on, but not to where it mixes with the other paint. And all come out in different designs. And my green. Get all that out of there. Sorry if I'm not answering your guys' questions right now, but I'm trying to get this paint in here. Okay. So I'm not able to see your comments right now. Oh. Now, just a little more black on. Did I put water in the yellow and black? I put water in all of them. I put water in all of them to help them flow easier. So, I mean, I just put enough. They say to use 4 parts paint, 1 part water, but mostly I'll just put a little bit at a time, stir it and see if I think it flows easy enough. If it doesn't, I'll add more water, and then if it does, you know, that's it. But I don't want to add a lot at one time, because if you put too much water and it's too watered down and you don't have any more of that paint to make it thicker, then you're stuck, right? All right, this is the last bit of paint I'm putting. Here we go, the fun part. All right, I'm gonna try to do what they call a tree ring, but I don't know if it's gonna work. See if you guys can see that paint in there. I can't see because of the comments, but can you see down in there? All right, you want to start on the, I got a lot of paint. This is definitely enough paint. Start on the edges. Try to go slow. And then go to the center. And then do a tree ring. And that's just where you kind of go back and forth. Not a big circle, but kind of just a little, rotate it just a little bit. And it's called a tree ring. Now if I see that one side is going to get more of one certain color, you know, I can move it around and try to get the colors where I want them to go. So, and I like this vase better because I'll show you, this one I think is going to be easier. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute after I finish pouring all this. My pink is definitely going to show up the most. As you can tell, ooh, that was too fast. But I'm definitely going to get that pink. That's all right. Not really seeing much of the yellow yet, but just keep pouring. And see, that's flowing real easy because I added that water to it. There comes some colors from the bottom. I may have added just a little more water than I needed, but that's all right. It'll still work. Just rotate, go around a little bit at a time till you dump all of that out. And then just let it drip out. Let all of that. And it ends up being a beautiful mess, right? Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's gonna do it. Now, this, okay, I don't want that paint to get on anything. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. I've got paint on my hands. All right, okay, see this vase is, see how the way it's shaped? So it's real easy for the paint to flow down and get all over the vase. This one is harder because where it goes like this here, it kind of just wants to drip off and not get right through here. So that's why I keep a spoon, because you see how the paint is gathering in the plate? I would take the spoon and dip up some of it without stirring it or trying to mix it up. And I would just kind of put a little bit of paint, let it drip a little bit around here to get this. Because like I said, when you pour this here and it just wants to drip. It like drip and just hit that. And it's hard to get the paint here. That's why I like these vases. They're easier to do. But I mean, this is still pretty, but like I said, it took a lot more work. I'd have to scoop some paint up and go around it, and, you know, put it on there. But then look at the bottom, I mean, at the vase, how pretty. I mean, it's still pretty. Look at that. See? So, and the inside, I love the inside. I think it's so pretty. And I'm going to seal it with clear gloss, Rust-Oleum clear gloss enamel, and that's going to make it all shiny and everything. But I'm going to let this sit and drip until it slows down and it doesn't drip. Oh, another thing, right here at the bottom rim, the reason I put it on a cup is in case I need to move it, I can get a hold of the cup and my fingers won't touch the vase to mess up the paint. So you want to put it in a cup. Now I bought these cups from the Dollar Tree because they're just $1. And you can see on this vase, it fit real good on this cup. I don't know if you can, I don't want to move that too much, but you can see it fit real good on that cup. But this one, where it's wide mouth at the top, it wouldn't fit on the cup. So I had to get one of my cups out of my cabinet and use, but that's all right. I can wash it off. So I'll let this drip. And when it starts slowing down, there'll be like little drops that'll start drying at the edge here. And if you just barely take your finger, if you don't want, you want to get rid of them when it's drying, when it's really, real good and dry and going slow, then you can just take your finger real lightly and go around the inside of the edge to wipe those off. Or you can wait until it dries. And you can take a piece of sandpaper and sand it before you gloss it, which either way you like best. But now a lot of people, you can take this paint You could actually get a canvas board and you could set the vase on top of a canvas board and let it pour like this and let it all drain. And then when it stops dripping, you can, or when it slows down and you could actually pick it up by the cup and you have something else to move it on, you could use the canvas, this paint on the canvas board and just tilt the canvas board back and forth and make you a little piece of art doing that. I mean, I would have done that, but I wouldn't have anything to do with an abstract canvas board. That doesn't go with the style in my house. My house is more rustic, farmhouse or whatever. And I just don't, you know. Or I could take this paint, and if I had another vase, I could pour it over another vase. So you could still use this paint. So I don't know if I'll do something else with it, because I have a lot of these little jars, which I'm going to show you. I'll talk about this one. I have these a bunch of these I could pour over, and I'm doing these to have in my craft room to put like this, to put my stuff in it, so it'd be easy for me to grab when I'm crafting or whatever. Let me move this out of the way. But I'm going to move it where I don't knock it over. I'm going to throw these the right way, and I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, let me get some of this paint off my hand. All right, now, dry my hands off a little bit. Yeah, I like doing it. I think it's fun. I used apple barrel. I got it at Walmart. It's 2 for $1. So that's, you know, that's what I used. All right, let's see what I was gonna do. Now, if this had already cured, you want to let them sit for 2 days before you seal it. So since I did this last night, I'm not gonna seal it today and besides, I had to go to the store and buy some Rust-Oleum clear gloss enamel to seal it with anyways, so I don't have that on hand. So I'm gonna move this out of my way because I'm a little bit crowded here. Okay, now look at this as it's flowing down. Isn't that so pretty? You could really do anything that you want. I mean, really. And but look at this. I'll turn this around so you guys can get a good picture of it. Try not to move it too much because I just want it to. I can see the black and a little of the yellow, and I see the green and the pink. I think it's going to turn out really awesome. Let's see. See, there's some here that's not. This right here isn't got much there, so I'm going to try to dip some of this up and without touching the base, really. Try to scoop that up there so it'll cover this spot that's not getting covered. I don't know if you guys see, that spot wasn't getting covered, so I just barely touched that to let that paint drip. So let me see if there are any other spots that aren't getting covered. I think I'm really gonna be happy with the way this turns out. Now, it's gonna take quite a few hours for this to slow down with the dripping. So, and I'm not gonna move it off this plate until it does that. But when I move it off this plate, I don't know, I might pour that paint into a cup and you can do that and it won't mix the paint up if you just don't stir it and pour it into a cup real easy. And if I can find something else to pour it over, I might go around my house and see what I can find. I don't know. But like I said, I've got a bunch of those little jars that I've been painting, but what I've been doing with those is I've been doing them on the inside. See, this looks all glossy and pretty. But that's because I painted it from the inside. And I haven't sealed it yet. So I'm going to show you guys how you could seal this or the vases. And this I'm using the matte Mod Podge because it's on the inside, so I'm not worried about it being glossy on the inside. And when you when you do these, you want to use a soft brush. Really make sure you get a really soft brush, because if you don't, the first one I did, I used a sponge and it pulled the paint off. So it kind of, let me see. I don't know if you can see there's spots that you can see through where I tried to use a paintbrush, and I mean a bigger one, and tried a sponge and it peeled some of the paint off. So I had a soft artist brush that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's called Master Touch 1/2 inch, and it's soft. So I used it to lightly paint inside to seal it so that it wouldn't peel the paint off. So with this being on the inside, I'm not worried about it. But what I'm trying to do, since I told you my room, my reading room / craft room, the walls are kind of like a spring yellow or sunshine. I don't know what, but it's a yellow. It's a really pretty light yellow. And green is my favorite color. And I think yellow, blue, and green go really good together. So I've got a yellow one in my room. So that's why I'm doing yellow, blue, and green with these. And then this one, I had not planned on this color turning out like it did. Actually, I was trying to do ombre with the blue and the green. This is the spring green, and this is actually turquoise. I was trying to do an ombre, and it didn't work out. So I just finally, I said, I'm not gonna fool with it, so I just mixed it up at the bottom of this jar before I flipped it over and let it drain and coat the whole inside of the jar. I have to show you how to do the inside, because you don't do the inside like this. It's not like just pouring it in there and then flipping it upside and all drain down. It doesn't work that way with the inside painting. So I'll have to do another video to show you guys how to do that. But that's why I'm doing these colors. And I've got a bunch of these little jars. So with sealing this, and you want to not press down hard. Just go in here, paint it on the bottom, and not do it hard. It doesn't matter how thick you do it, really. It's on the inside. So, and after you do this on the inside, after you paint it on, you want to turn it upside down so the excess will drain out. Put it on like a paper plate or something, and let the excess Mod Podge drain out. And I mean, it doesn't take long for the Mod Podge to dry, really. And you could do 1 coat, 2 coats, however many you feel you need. I just did 1 because this, you know, it's going, I think 1 is good. I don't know if you can see in there. I've got that on the bottom. I don't know, I might do 2 on this one. The other ones I just did 1 because I kind of got frustrated where it had already peeled a little bit on the inside. But these are like perfectly the way I want them, this turquoise and green. So I may do 2 coats on this to make sure it doesn't get chipped off, because I'm going to be putting pencils and scissors and the stuff that I like to reach for when I'm crafting in these, and I don't want it to chip the paint off. So I'll probably do 2 coats of the Mod Podge inside of this. See. But you just take your time and be real easy so you don't scrape any of that off. And then make sure you get it. It's kind of, it can be hard to get around the neck. But would you guys like me to show you, I mean, not today because I haven't planned for today, but to show you how to paint the inside of the jars and glass. I did a vase from the inside too. I don't know if I showed you guys that vase, but I painted the vase on the inside and it ended up being like this. It ended up being this color with little hints of the green and turquoise, but not a lot. I was disappointed in that because it did not turn out the color I wanted, but you gotta do a coat, let it dry before you do a second coat of this. And when you paint the inside of the jars, you don't need a paintbrush. It's paintbrush free. No paintbrush is required. So, but would you guys want me to do a video showing you how to do that? That would be a great project, Melissa. What grades are your daughters in, or your daughter in? What grade is your daughter in? So just make sure you go all the way around. And then I'll have to let this dry and then put a second coat on it. I've got 2 more of these to do, which I'm not going to do them on the video because I don't want to keep you guys on here too long. I'm sure you got other things to do on a Friday evening besides watch me do this. Those are fun grades to be in. I remember those grades in school. So I'm trying to decide on what I want my next live video to be. Either making a wreath, a flower, a book wreath, or these vase. I could do these anytime because they don't take long. But I don't know what I want my next live to be. Or I'm doing a bunny. I have to show you guys that. You see all these bunnies, people buy these frames at the Dollar Tree. And I was going to do that. I kind of don't want to hop on the wagon with what everyone else is doing because I want to be creative myself. But I really like the bunnies and I was wanting to make one for my granddaughter. So I stopped at the Dollar Tree to get the bunny frame that I'm seeing everyone do. And they didn't have any of those at the Dollar Tree I stopped at. But they did have another bunny frame. And I started working on it last night. And I think I like it better than the one. Are you guys seeing all the bunnies that people are doing? Serious help. Don't we all need serious help? But yeah. I remember, I think it's true. I've heard it said that girls are harder to raise than guys or boys, and I never really thought that, but they really are. They really are. But my son's older than my daughter, so he left home before she did. She was still home 4 years after he left. So it was a different house dynamic, you know, with just me and my husband and her living here. Then when it was all 4 of us living here. So yeah, things change. Family, your kids grow up, move out, and it changes as it goes along, right? And you just learn to live with what's the new norm. Now with the lip here, you can, I'll let the paint drip around this because I thought it's kind of cool. So I'll let the paint drip around that a little bit, not all the way down here. And I sealed it, but this one I don't want to do that. So I had paint around here, paint got around here, but I took one of these sticks. If I can get a hold of it, I took one of these sticks and I just scraped it off because I didn't want the paint. But I left some right here on the lip. So I'm sealing that a little bit. a bunny hopping into the woods. Yeah, I've seen them with the from the back and the front. And the bunny frame I got, it's made from the front. The frame I got, and it had the nose and the mouth and the eyes on it, which I'm going to reuse those after I get finished with it. So I'm glad that I found that frame. But yeah, and I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some. Let's see, I think I got all of that. I'll just sit and let that dry. I'll have to tip it over on something in a few minutes. I don't know, it might be all right to sit like that. Yeah, it should be fine. Because it'll all go to the bottom. And I guess when it gets to the bottom, I can flip it over and just let it drain back out. But the bunny, I got it. I'll show you in just a minute. I went to Hobby Lobby. Ugh, I don't want to get paint everywhere. I went to Hobby Lobby and I got some of this yarn. I got white and pink. Oh. But this is what I've got done so far. See, this is what I've got done so far. And I got pink. I'm going to put the little pink inside the ears. And I've got the eyes. The eyes and whiskers and stuff was on the frame I got. So I figured why not use them and put them on this. But with this yarn, it's so soft. Can't remember what it's called. It's at Hobby Lobby. And I got it 40% off. It was on sale 30% off last week. But if you go to Hobby Lobby and there's something you want and it's only 30% off, you use that 40% off coupon instead of the sale percentage that's off. So it was on sale for 30% off, but I had the 40% off coupon and I used it for this, so I got it cheaper. And here's what the frame looks like before I already took everything off of it, but that's the frame. So I mean, it's a full bunny. I could even like do this and I could put the two pieces together, because this is what the back of this is going to look like. See the back? If I wanted to. I don't know. I could put them together and I could have the front and the back of the bunny. How cool would that be? So, but I'm making one for my granddaughter. Yeah. Got something black on that. No. I have to get that off. But see, I could put those together. So I could have the front and the back. And it's already got the thing to hang it with on there. See? So it's already got that. I'm just trying to figure out, because all the tutorials I've seen, it's just with the one that has the openings. It's just a circle. And so those tutorials are easy to follow. But this one is, I have not found a tutorial for this one. So I'm figuring it out as I go along. So if I get this one done, I may do a short tutorial and show you guys how I did this one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, Tina, I'll check on that when I get finished with this video. I think that's all I was going to show you guys. Was there anything else? Did I say I was going to show anything else? I don't think so. So, if there aren't any questions, does anyone have any questions? Well, when later, after the vase has stopped dripping so much, I will post a picture so you can see the progress and how it's turning out. All right, and you guys can check on that later. But it's still dripping. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this paint, because that's quite a bit of paint. So I will keep you guys up to date on that. So did you guys like the video? Do you think you'll try doing this with the vase? Or, I mean, you could do it with anything, really. Oh, another thing I thought about doing was I have stencils. Well, and I thought about painting words on here, like, I don't know, blessed, because I have the stencils and everything that I can stick on here and then paint it white and then take the stencil off and it'll say blessed on here. Where I paint it, it's painted on the inside. This is real glossy and it's just the glass. So I could do stencils, or I could Mod Podge. I bought some pretty napkins at Hobby Lobby when I went Wednesday for decoupaging, because I want to decoupage some stuff with them, and they're flowers and different things. And one is like shabby chic. I could take some of those napkins and just cut pieces, the little flowers out, and I could Mod Podge them on here and decorate. See, I love Mod Podge. You could do so much with Mod Podge. But yeah, I love the decoupage stuff. But I thought about maybe decorating, not this one, because I would want a different color, I guess. But I could do a pink one, and the flowers I have, or even the shabby chic one, napkins I have, I can decoupage and decorate them. Just, you can cut out the flowers instead of using the whole napkin. You can cut out the lining around the flowers, or I like to get my finger wet just a little bit, not really wet, and kind of pull the edges so it doesn't look so blunt. So it can kind of fade in when I decoupage it on something. So I do that. But those are some ideas I have, some things I want to do. It's just finding time to do them. So I've got so much I want to do. But any questions or anything else that you guys want to know? If not, I guess I'll let you guys go. I'm glad you guys joined me, and I hope you learned something. And I hope you'll try it and see. It's fun to do. And if you guys try it, you do it, show me pictures. You could post pictures on my page and let me see what you've done. It would be so much fun to see what you guys have done. I'd really like that. So, if nothing else, I hope you guys have a great weekend, even though the weather is supposed to be bad. Hopefully we can still find some joy in it, right? And be thankful. Got a lot to be thankful for. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. And until next time, bye.